Oh, wants to bite me. I'm actually going to get chomped. Ready? 1, 2, 3. He's biting me. Oh, he's got me good. He's latched. He's latched. He won't let go. Oh, won't let go. Oh, got one. Oh yeah. Woo, yeah. This, believe it or not, is one of the most famous creatures ever featured on the Brave Wilderness channel. That's right, the original Bloodworm video now has over 73 million views. But in that original adventure, we did leave a few things on the table that are definitely worth revisiting. Namely, the venomous bite of this creature. Actually, did Coyote take a bite?
Ow! Yay!
Did it bite you?
He got me!
I got that!
He got me! I felt it. It was a little pinch.
Let me see. Where'd he get you?
Right there, right in the crux of my finger.
I think we can do better than just a pinch for one of the world's only venomous worms. In fact, we learned something very important about this creature between the last adventure and today that's going to help us achieve a bite on camera. But before I go getting myself chomped for this new bloodworm experiment, we need to find a whole lot more worms than just this one. Let's keep digging. Bloodworms hunt for prey in the tidal mudflats of both the Atlantic and Pacific coasts of the United States and Canada. They have also earned the nickname sludge worm, since their habitat consists of thick mud and quicksand that can easily swallow your boots whole. To find these slimy predators, worm diggers use special rakes to quickly peel back mud and reveal worms on the move that could be sold as prize fishing bait. And while they can be difficult to find, some of the best worm diggers in Maine can collect up to 1,000 worms a day, with the largest ones growing up to 15 inches long. After hours of digging and covered head to toe in mud and sweat, we filled a bucket and set the stage for one of the worst bites we've ever filmed. Welcome to the Bloodworm bite table. What I have in front of me here are 5 very large bloodworms. No, these are not your granddad's night crawlers, folks. These are natural born killers. Armed with 4 venomous fangs and an appetite to match, we have been told that these worms pack one heck of a bite. Some people say that it's like a bee sting, and locals have even told us that they've seen worm diggers crawling out of the mudflats in near tears from being bitten by these carnivorous worms. But there is one key piece of information that we learned from the original Bloodworm video to today, and that is you can actually head a bloodworm. Similar to how a herpetologist would head a venomous snake to keep it from biting them, I will actually attempt to grab the proboscis once it shoots out and then intentionally inflict my first bite. And yes, I said first bite. There's gonna be more than one. Now what I'm going to try to do is head the proboscis, and while I'm attempting to do this, let's review some of the most interesting facts about this bizarre marine oddity. The bloodworm is a venomous segmented worm that hunts invertebrates and other marine creatures. Armed with 4 razor-sharp fangs and a projectile mouth called a proboscis, they are voracious predators and are as aggressive as they are bizarre. One of the most shocking things about these worms is how normal they can appear and then in a split second transform into one of the most alien-looking life forms you've ever seen. And as if this wasn't creepy enough, things get even worse. Once the bloodworm has its prey ensnared in those hooked jaws, it will inject it with a paralyzing venom that incapacitates the victim, so it can be digested and eaten alive. This venom is chemically similar to that of a scorpion and is known to cause severe reactions in humans, including burning, tissue damage, and anaphylactic shock. Please do not attempt what you're about to see. Oh, almost got it. I missed it. Oh, come on. All right, I've got it. Oh, wants to bite me. That is the proboscis of one of the biggest bloodworms I have ever seen. Holy moly. That's over a foot, for sure. Okay, time to get bitten by one of the only venomous worms on the planet, the bloodworm. Got a good hold on it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Oh, God, he's on me. Oh Oh, look at that. Ah, he won't let go. Ah, he won't let go. Oh. Ah. Oh, he's in. Go, he's really on there, guys. I can't get him off. He's biting me. Oh, he's got me good. Yeah, he got me. Ah, man, it didn't break the skin. It was definitely latched into me, but its fangs I don't think are long enough to break the skin of my finger. I wonder if I try on a softer part. Let's try my wrist. It's a little bit thinner there, a little bit softer. All right, here we go. Let's go in for the second bite on 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. Oh, yep. See him tug on the skin? Ah, he's latched. He's latched. Ah, yeah. Oh, I can't get him off. Yeah, he's got me. You see that? Ah, keep rolling, keep rolling. I'm gonna try to pry him off. He's really latched on. Come on, let go, let go. Ah, he won't let go. Oh, he won't let go. Gotta get him off. Ah. Oh. Oh yeah. That was a full-on bloodworm bite. Boy, that burns. Gosh, you get that shot?
Got
Those
it.
fangs were all the way latched in. Oh. Oh, that burns. Ooh, man, yes. You can see that there wasn't much blood produced from the bite, but I've got blisters forming, and that's likely due to all the inflammation and swelling. I feel it in the nervous system. My wrist is screaming right now. Super painful burning sensation, a lot like a wasp or a bee sting. Those fangs are like little talons, and it just grabbed right through the skin and did not want to let go. They were like barbs on a fishing hook. They were just in there, and really, I wasn't able to get the worm off until it decided to relax a little bit, and I pried it back. But those fangs are definitely sharp enough. Yikes, that hurt. Now that we've witnessed what a single bloodworm is capable of, let's see what happens when I submerge my hands in over 100 of them. Do bloodworms hunt in packs? We're about to find out. Before I attempt to feed my hands to these four-fanged terrors, let's take a look at what they did to some normal prey from the wild. While related and very similar looking to bloodworms, the sandworm is not nearly as formidable. And after a short time in a small aquarium, we can see they are also very much their food. The venomous bloodworms attacked and broke down the sandworms quickly, and what you're seeing now are signs of both chewing and dismemberment, a clear sign of active predation. If you thought one bloodworm bite was bad, check this out. Whoa! Look at all these worms. That is a container filled with over 100 bloodworms in this tank. And I'm going to attempt to submerge my hands into this tank of bloodworms for 2 minutes. All enough to figure out, do bloodworms hunt in packs? Ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that feels so weird. Ah, I just took my first bite. Hit me on the pinky. It was a bite and release. Oh, I could feel them. Yeah, I could feel more proboscis going. It's like you could feel them tense up and then poof, it fires out. The anticipation is killing me. If you could see them wriggling, they have their little sensory tips, sensing their environment for anything that they can eat or get those jaws on. Oh, I could see a lot of them are shooting their proboscis out already. They sense something foreign in their environment. I gotta look away. This is like too much anxiety just looking at this container. This has gotta be the creepiest thing I have ever done in my entire life. Just so disgusting, feeling all those worms wriggling around my fingers. One thing that we noticed earlier is that as soon as one of them fires their proboscis, it seems to create a rapid fire effect. They all do it at the same time.
They're going crazy.
They are. Feel them wriggling around my fingers. Oh man, oh yeah. got another one. Oh my goodness, so creepy. All right, how much time left?
30 seconds left.
All right, this has got to be the longest 2 minutes of my life. 2 minutes feels like an eternity. Oh, the bloodworm bite tank. Oh, this is horrible. Give me a countdown.
5.
Got me again.
3.
That's 3.
2. 1. Oh.
Definitely got nailed on the pinky on this side, and I got 2 nips between my fingers, here and here. Definitely got nipped 3 times. Wow, that was weird. What a crazy day on the Brave Wilderness channel. Well, I don't know if we can definitively say that bloodworms like to hunt in packs, but I'll tell you this, they sure don't mind sharing a meal. But man, that original bite, that was a serious chomp from a bloodworm. It is absolutely swollen and very tender to the touch. I have a feeling I'm gonna be in pain for quite a while on that one. And I was absolutely correct. The bite of a bloodworm was no joke and ended up becoming one of the most painful experiences I've endured so far. Overnight, the swelling increased dramatically, and the burning around the bite spread through my hand and up my arm, nearly locking my wrist. Then, days after the initial pain subsided, I had a secondary reaction, where the bite zone flared up with an aggressive rash and itched at least twice as much as poison ivy. In all, it took 3 weeks to heal from the bloodworm venom, and I'm here to officially say the scary rumors of bloodworms are 100% true. So while these creatures are an important part of the intertidal ecosystem and a valued resource for fishing towns across Maine, you absolutely want to avoid their bite at all costs. Ouch! Exclamation point. Hundreds of thousands of species of worms can be found all over our planet. And while some of them are well known for their bizarre abilities, the fireworm stands alone. This bizarre porcupine-like worm that feasts on coral and small crustaceans is covered in thousands of sharp spines that can ignite burning pain with just the slightest of touch. This armor fends off predators so well, almost nothing will eat them. And from the reefs of the Caribbean to the rock pools of the Mediterranean, and sometimes depths of up to 300 meters, the fireworm is spreading rapidly into new environments. And so too is the legend of its fiery sting. In this video, I will put myself to the ultimate test, to learn about this marine oddity by enduring its painful sting twice. I will suffer through this experience in hopes to answer the ongoing scientific question, is the sting of the bearded fireworm actually venomous, or is it simply just a flesh wound? Do not attempt what you're about to see. This is going to be extremely painful. There it is. All right, it's time to go get stung. Here we go. That is a very good-sized fireworm. And oh boy, does it look intimidating. And yes, welcome to another sting experiment here on the Brave Wilderness channel. This time, we're going to attempt to solve a mystery, a bit of a scientific question as to whether or not the fireworm is indeed venomous. All right, there we go. You can see the worm so much better. This is indeed a true worm. You can actually see the segments lining the entire top, and it's a lot more closely related to a sandworm and a bloodworm than some of the other marine organisms out there on the reef. But unlike most worms, it has very unique defense mechanisms. There are thousands and thousands of these small, tiny hair-like spines lining the worm's body. In fact, they release so easily, I can actually see a lot of these spines floating in the water above it. This is where it gets its name, the fireworm, because those spines are so sharp and easily projected, anything that even brushes up against the worm's body gets inflicted by a searing pain. I have heard from many reputable sources that this is worse than a lionfish sting, and it's worse than a man-o-war sting, and all the other stings in this marine environment behind me. You'll notice firstly that it's very colorful. That aposematic coloration indicates that it is extremely toxic. Not only potentially venomous, but it's also poisonous. Being poisonous and venomous are two very different things. Poison has to be absorbed or ingested into the body, where venom is actually injected by means of a tooth, a stinger, or in this case, a spine. But beyond the toxins that we know are contained within this worm, let's talk a little bit about the symptoms from the sting of a fireworm. And this is from a scientific journal written in 2017. Acute, intense stinging pain, itchiness, numbness, and swelling that can last up to several weeks. Symptomatic reactions such as nausea, cardiac, and respiratory problems can occur. Dang, that would be bad. And it's so interesting to me that even the scientific community, the scientists that study these creatures, haven't been able to figure out definitively if they're venomous or not. So, with that being said, it's now time to conduct our sting experiment, and here's how it's going to go down. While stinging myself twice, once on each arm, might sound crazy, it will be absolutely necessary to conduct this sting experiment, where I will treat one arm as if the fireworm sting is venomous and the other as if it were not. In theory, if venom is present, the two separate treatments should result in different outcomes, in both pain and visible damage. Okay, I'm about to take one of the most painful stings of all the marine ecosystem. Oh, look at it flare up. Wow, look at that defense mechanism. Oh my goodness. See all those spines flare out, ready to eject? And it's not going to take much, just the slightest brush up against the fireworm, and it's gonna be instantaneous. Oh man, I am nervous. I am feeling the nerves go now. Oh boy, all right, let's put my arm in the sting tank. Okay. I'm Mark Vins, and it's time to get burned by a fireworm. Here goes nothing. Oh, that looks bad. Here we go. On three, ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah! Oh yeah, he got me. He got me. Oh! Yeah, I can feel it. Ooh. Yeah, it's almost like little electrical pulses going through the skin. You can even see, oh wow, like right away, there are all kinds of spines up and down my skin. But man, it is starting to intensify. It's like little shock pulses, like pop, 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 going through my skin. All right, this is starting to hurt. Oh man, like, oh, yeah, that super burns. That burns. Holy cow. All right, I'm gonna do the second one, guys, because I don't know how much longer this is gonna be tolerable. Oh man. Oh yeah, that. Ooh. Okay, guys, we gotta do the second sting fast. Ooh. All right, here we go. Sting number 2 from the fireworm. Here we go. Right arm in the sting tank. Time for my second dose of fireworm spikes. Here we go, you guys ready? Yep, I can see them. Oh yeah, all through there. Same spot. This arm, oh yeah, you can start to see my arms drying out. See all the quills, see all the spines, all the redness. This one's about to look just the same. All right, now, I've taken the stings. Let's get the remedies out. Oh, don't do that. Don't, oh man, that hurt worse. Yeah, do not blow on them. Oh, searing like a hot needle. I tell you what, guys, I can tell right away, this isn't just irritant. There's something else going on, for sure. Woo! Oh man, you can really see the inflammation starting over here. Ah! Oh, mighty. First thing you want to do if you are stung by a fireworm is nothing. You do not want to rub the spines in deeper with your other hand because you're only going to inflict more pain onto your hand itself. What we want to do right now is wait for my arms to dry, and then we are going to use the adhesive technique to remove as many of those spines as we possibly can. Ah! Yeah, man, that is bad. That is really bad. Oh man, it is getting intense. Ah! Oh! The adhesive technique we're going to do on both arms. This is the same thing you're going to want to do to the stings if they're venomous or not. I'm gonna try to rip out as many of those spines as I can. Hopefully this causes not too much irritation and gives me a little bit of relief. Here we go. Oh, that is tender to the touch. Oh, ready? Okay, I've got the adhesive pretty well on there. 1, 2. Oh, yeah. Woo, okay, I got a lot of them actually here. Man, that tape did a good job. At this point, we're gonna go in for side 2. Here we go. Same thing. 1, 2, 3. That really hurt. The good news is I think I got them all. Yep, you can see, got the spines out again. Now comes the second step, and this is only for the venom treatment. Like we said in the beginning, one side we're treating as if it's venomous and one side we're not. So the right side now is totally done, but the left side we are gonna mark with a V. You may have noticed the pain I'm experiencing is coming in waves, which is another indication that something chemically and perhaps venomous is going on. But to measure the visual reaction, I will mark one arm with a V for venom treatment and then draw boundaries on both sting sites to see if the swelling expands or contracts over the next 24 hours. Let's go ahead and treat the left side as if this was venomous. First thing we want to do is we want to apply some household white vinegar. Vinegar has the ability to render any venom that would be on the surface of my skin inert. Oh man, it feels cold to the touch, and that actually feels good. And we're gonna leave this vinegar on here for another 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're gonna go to step 2 of the venom treatment. That is hot water. Oh, yeah, wow. So far, even from the treatments alone, every indication, signs are pointing towards venom. The heat affects the actual structure of the venom itself, rendering it almost harmless and a lot easier for your body to digest and take care of. At least one of my arms is already feeling better. Can't say it for the right arm. That arm still hurts a lot. Oh, you do not want to experience the pain of a fireworm firsthand like this. This is bad. All right, well, there we have it. Usually at this point in the video, I would give you my thoughts and we'd see you on the next adventure, but we really want to see how this experiment plays out overnight. So I'm gonna head back to camp and I'll see you guys again in the AM so we can compare both of these stings next to each other, see if there's any difference. I tried everything I could to put the pain out of my mind, but just laying there in my tent, my arms ached with increasing waves of agony as sweat poured out of my body all night long. Morning couldn't come soon enough because I knew the only thing that would make the pain go away was time itself. I can tell you this much, I am still in quite a bit of pain. And even wearing this shirt hurts. Like any contact with the stings feels terrible. And get this, it actually rained last night, so I got water in my tent on top of it all. So while I am feeling a little bit better, the sting damage is actually pretty significant. The results visually speak for themselves. The arm that we treated is almost healed at this point. I mean, you have some localized redness here. It still hurts, it's not done, but visually, you can see that the swelling is down. The actual inflammation is contracted to within the site from yesterday, where the arm on the right has expanded beyond the site from yesterday, and the inflammation is serious. It is very tender to the touch, much more so than the arm on the left. There is some other evidence that I want to talk about that is really important to my ultimate decision of determining the venomous nature of this animal. First thing is the obvious feeling, the sensation of the sting itself. It was a delayed reaction. When I first made contact with my skin in the tank, I almost didn't feel like anything was even happening. But within a minute, I felt that first sign of intense burning, and it only got worse. It built and built and built until on both sting sites, I felt like there was almost like an electrical fire underneath my skin. But this arm, the one we treated like it was a venomous sting, I actually saw these sites move, and we have a picture to show you. So you can see there that it was well beyond this mark. That is a very interesting indication that there was something chemically happening underneath the skin and moved that sting site beyond that line and then back again. I would have to say, given all of the evidence of this sting test, I am convinced that this is indeed a venomous creature. And yes, being stung or burned by a fireworm not only hurts, but is the result of envenomation.
What's going on, guys? I am back in the state of Maine to officially test the bite of the venomous bloodworm. In order to do this justice, we are going to try to find a monster worm. And to do that, I've enlisted the help of legendary bloodworm hunter, Wayne Bishko. Wayne, is this where we find the monster worms?
This is it.
All right, man, let's get digging.
Let's go.
Bloodworms live and hunt deep in the mudflats of Maine, where they can only be dug up during extreme low tides. We've enlisted Wayne's help because he's a professional bloodworm digger with over 30 years of experience. You see, out here, bloodworms are prized fishing bait and vital to the livelihood of many coastal Mainers. So if anyone knows where to find the truly giant bloodworms out here, it's Wayne. This one's not too bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
Is it gonna get deeper?
It is.
It's hard out here, guys. This is work. How's Asa? Asa, you all right?
Yeah, these things are really sticking.
Walk on the balls of your feet, bud. You want to be able to twist your heel. When you take it out, it breaks the suction, and basically, you just twist. Yeah, just
Little
twist.
wiggle. Walk and wiggle, guys, like a worm.
As you can see, it's very slow moving in the mud, so we're gonna have to find our bloodworms fast once we get out there. High tide is moving in quickly, and this whole area we're digging in will be 10 feet underwater in less than an hour.
All right, let's get at it.
All right, so this is it?
This
It's
is
going
it.
right in.
I'm getting at it.
Okay.
Cause see, right here. Check
You
this
already
out.
got one?
Check this out. Look.
Oh, wow, that's a big one.
Check that out, man. Look at that. Look at the head on that.
All right, let's put it in the bucket.
Yes, sir.
All right, awesome.
Now I gotta find one. We're trying to dig as many monster-sized bloodworms as we can while the tide is still low. And then we'll pick the largest one, the true monster bloodworm, for the bite test.
Oh, bloodworm. Got my first one.
That's a beauty.
Look at that. Got one. Haha.
That
First
is
bloodworm
a
of the day.
beauty.
Keep working. All right, here's a sandworm. Here's a really good sandworm, too.
Amongst other things, these sandworms are food. It's what the bloodworms are eating out here in the mudflats.
So you see the difference. The sandworm has much longer parapodia. Those are the little bristles, the swimming appendages on the side of the worm, than the bloodworm. And you can see that the difference in color is pretty substantial.
Now, sandworms have a nasty bite as well, 2 fangs, but they're not venomous.
Lots of different creatures and creepy crawlies out here on the mudflats. Since we've been digging, Wayne's found like 3 bloodworms. I found 1. I need to get to work. Oh, I got one. I got a huge one. Wow. Oh my gosh, this is the biggest bloodworm I've ever caught. Look at the size of that bloodworm, guys. Huge. Yes. So Wayne, you think the bigger the worm, the bigger the bite?
I think the bigger the worm, the bigger the bite.
All
No
right.
question.
All right, let's dig up a big one, guys. That's what we came for.
Oh yeah.
Look at that right there.
Whoa, that's a monster. That is a huge bloodworm, Wayne. That's a contender. Let's put that in the bucket.
Yes.
Oh, there we go. Right there. Now, these are venomous creatures. They do bite, and they bite without warning. Now, one of the ways people are often bit is when they're picking them up from the mud, because they will actually shoot their mouth part out, their proboscis, in order to dig. Watch this. Whoa, you see that? So not only does it use that projectile mouth, that proboscis, to grapple its prey and consume the other worms that live in this environment, it actually uses that proboscis to bore tunnels so it can bury itself down in the mud. See the hole it makes? Pretty darn cool. Oh, what is this? Look at that. Holy smokes. Well, this is a milky ribbon worm. This is a huge milky ribbon worm. Okay, so here, let's take a look at this real quick. Guys, this is a milky ribbon worm, and look how long this worm is. That's definitely over a foot. These worms can grow over 4 feet in length, believe it or not.
I got one right here.
Oh my gosh.
Check that out.
Wayne, can you bring that over here?
I sure can.
Wow. Okay, yours is a lot bigger than mine, Wayne. I'm gonna put my milky ribbonworm down. Let's clean this off. I wanna show you guys. Oh, look at that.
That's it.
Its proboscis came out. Look at that.
That is so cool. Watch it, watch it, watch it. Watch it on your hand. It's gonna crawl all over.
Oh, wow. It is a different world out here on the mud flat. All right, let's put this milky ribbonworm back and keep looking for bloodworms. This is definitely big worm country. Tide's coming in. You see all that water, guys? We gotta keep digging. Oh, that was a big one. That's a huge one. Come on, come out. Ugh. Yes! That is a monster.
It sure is.
Wayne, this is easily the biggest bloodworm I have ever seen. And we have found our contender. And now it's time to set up the bite table and officially rank the bite of the venomous bloodworm. Let's do it. Here we are, back at the bite table. Let's take a closer look at these venomous predators. Wayne, you got our worms?
I sure do, right here.
Oh man, that's a full bucket. Look at all these worms. Oh my goodness. Let's take a few out and get a closer look. Wow, look at that. These are all jumbos. Now, these are the only marine worms on the planet that can deliver a venomous bite, but it is not the only venomous worm on the planet. In fact, I've already ranked another species of venomous worm, the bearded fireworm, on the bite sting index. Ah, yeah, that burns. And it rated as a 9. In fact, even to this day, I still have scars left over from the fireworm, so I'm curious, can the bloodworm's venomous bite stack up to that venomous sting from the fireworm? Well, today we're officially going to find out. Now let's talk about how it delivers the venom. It is a complex venom, much like snake venom, that they use to incapacitate or paralyze their prey. Once they latch in with those jaws, they inject the venom, stun their prey, so then they can easily eat it whole. And the proboscis, the mouth part, is actually on the inside of the worm, and when it shoots it out of its mouth, it's almost flipping its stomach inside out. And at the end of the proboscis, there are 4 hooked fangs. In addition to delivering venom, those 4 teeth are like grappling hooks, and that's exactly what I want to show you right now. If we can get one to fire off its proboscis, I will attempt to head it, and I will show you a very up-close shot of those 4 hooked fangs. Now, Wayne, I'm gonna give you all the credit for this because until I saw Wayne do this in one of his videos, I had no idea heading a bloodworm was even possible. How did you figure this out?
Just over time. I mean, you see them come out and it's kind of like you've only got that split second. They're so quick, you've got to get behind that base of the head, and to be able to really get a good shot of them, you've really got to be quick, because they are.
These bloodworms are capable of firing off a bite, but in order to do today's bite test, I'm gonna intentionally put those painful grappling hooks into my arm. So let's just watch here. As soon as I see a proboscis fire out, I'm gonna grab it. Oh, got it. Got one. That's a big one too, look at this. Now, if I just hold it, it's going to readjust and show us those fangs. I gotta be careful to not get bitten right now. This is an easy way to take a bite. I do not recommend anybody do this at home. If you ever find bloodworms, this is not the safest way to handle one. All right, there you go. See those jaws? Look at that. That is the inside of the bloodworm's mouth, and you can see there are 4 grappling hook reversed fangs at each corner of the mouth. And not only are those fangs used to pierce the skin and inject venom, but they're grappling hooks. They actually use it to clinch onto their prey and suck it into their mouth and inside the gullet of their body. When it comes to bizarre creatures, it's hard to think of one more bizarre than the bloodworm. Now, I think it's time to pick out the bloodworm that's going to deliver the infamous bite for this video. And to do that, we are going to go for the biggest one possible. All right, I'm gonna grab all the giant bloodworms out of the bucket, and then Wayne will help me pick the biggest of the bunch for the bite. Oh man. Didn't come all the way to Maine to do a bite test with a little bloodworm. No, that one's not gonna cut it. Nope. Small. Small. That one's good. All right, I think we got some contenders here. Wayne, I'm gonna need your help on this one.
Okay.
Let's start eliminating. Like, do you see any in here that look undersized to you? This one looks a little small.
One's a little small.
All right, we'll put this one back.
Yeah. Boy, look at the girth on that one and this one. Look at
Yeah.
that thing there.
Oh my gosh.
That thing there is huge.
That's a contender.
It sure is. No,
All right, put that one back.
I'm gonna say this, this, or this. Let's move these other ones out.
Okay, so these down to these three.
Yep, down to those three.
Okay.
Boy, I'll tell you, that one there looks like a nice worm.
Okay.
That really
Oh.
does.
All right. Wayne, this is the one.
That's the one.
This is the beast. These are not small worms either. They're all big, but we're gonna go with the professional on this one. Wayne, I think you picked out a winner, man. Look at the size of this worm. Oh my goodness. I mean, guys, this worm is well over 1.5 feet in length when it's all extended out. But look at how thick it is. And you can really see why they call them bloodworms with this. Look at that. You can see all that dark, oozy blood inside the belly of the worm. And you can see it actually if I go like this. Slides up and down, giving them the name bloodworm. But look at that. Look at how huge it is. Oh boy, this is gonna hurt. All right, now we just need to sit here and wait for this bloodworm to shoot its proboscis out. I will head it and then intentionally let it grapple onto my forearm. And once it hooks in, it's not gonna wanna let go. I think getting it to bite is one thing, getting it off is another challenge. And of course, like always, we're gonna rate this bite test for the BSI, the Bite Sting Index, on 3 different factors: intimidation, pain, and aftermath. And I can tell you right now, the aftermath of this bite is gonna be a doozy. All right, now the bite from these bloodworms are, oh, got it. Oh yeah, woo! Talk about a waiting game. All right, here we go, guys, this is it. Oh, this is gonna be gnarly. I'm Mark Benz, and I'm about to enter the bite zone with the venomous bloodworm on 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at all those bite marks. Yeah. Must be like 12 bite marks. Oh. Wow. Oh my gosh, it's latched. Latched on. Oh. 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 Oh my gosh, I can feel the venom. Oh, I can't get it off. I can't get it off. Oh. All right, I'm gonna put the worm back. Oh. Oh. Oh my gosh. It feels like 4 bee stings at once. Each fang I could feel popping through the skin. Oh yeah. And that is gonna swell up, guys. Wait till you see this. See all the redness there? Starting to come through? And that's all my blood. That is not from the bloodworm, that's from me. That's from the fangs going into my skin. It definitely has some kind of anticoagulant in the blood that just with the slightest graze of those fangs, it makes you bleed like instantly. Oh my gosh. Oh. Were you okay? Oh, it's gonna be burning for a while. That is a serious bite from a serious marine predator, the bloodworms of Maine. And now it's time to officially rate this venomous marine worm on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. Run it. Whew. On intimidation, these bloodworms have an ultra high creep factor. They're like an alien from another planet, and watching those hooked fangs move around, knowing they're designed to latch into flesh, sets my nerves on fire. And for that, I rank them an 8.5 out of 10. Now, pain is where the bloodworm truly earns its score on the BSI. Those hooked jaws bit me over and over again, allowing more and more super painful venom to enter my body. Each fang was painful on its own, so getting bitten by all 4 at once, wow, yeah, that hurt. And then the pain for the venom was red hot and caused immediate redness and swelling all around the bite zone. So for all this, I give the pain a 9 out of 10. Now for aftermath, the bite of the bloodworm swelled and itched terribly for over 72 hours after I was bitten. 5 days later, it had essentially healed with no sign that it ever happened in the first place. By comparison, the aftermath of the fireworm sting lasted for months and racked up one of the worst aftermath scores on the BSI to date. The bloodworm, however, still gets a respectable 8 out of 10 for aftermath.
Altogether, the Bloodworm ranks at an 8.5 out of 10 on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index, climbing high on the all-time rankings, but falling just short of the ferocious Fireworm.
All right, guys, in this video, I am going to take on the sting of the Fireworm so I can officially rate it on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. Now, the sting from this venomous worm is horrible. We're talking searing pain, massive swelling, and even long-term skin damage. So for me, this is gonna be a really bad day. But before I can go through this test, I first have to catch one. And the only way to do that is to get out in the water. We're diving today just off a public beach near Miami, Florida. And if you can believe it, the waters just off these beaches are swarming with fireworms. Fireworms can grow up to a foot in length and are covered in thousands of venom-laced bristles, which has earned them the reputation of being one of the worst stings in the entire ocean. And unfortunately for me, I'm going to experience this firsthand. That is, if I'm able to find one. I'm seeing something in the rocks just ahead. Oh, check that out. Our first spot of the day. That is a moray eel. Moray eels are incredibly territorial and can be aggressive toward divers. So if I want to keep all my fingers, I better also keep my distance. Now these reefs are a promising environment, but still no fireworm. There is a ton of life down here, however, so I have a feeling it's just a matter of time. I think we need to dive deeper. All right, yes, this is looking perfect. What we're looking at here in front of us is a muck bottom environment, which the fireworms love. And you see that orange sponge? That's a fantastic sign. I've seen fireworms covering these sponges many dives before. Okay, I'm seeing something wormy just up ahead. Oh yeah, there it is. The first fireworm of the day, and a decent sized one too. Whoa, did you see that? The fireworm is flaring out its spines in self-defense, which is gonna make them even more tricky to catch. Even with these gloves on, this is a very dangerous operation that should never be attempted. Please never do this. Taking a sting from a fireworm underwater could easily put you in a life-threatening situation. We have a bit more time left in our tank. Let's see if we can find a few more. Wow, almost immediately we've got another one. Once you find the fireworms, they are nearly everywhere you look. Let's see just how many we can get. Now, for anyone wondering, rest assured, we will be returning all of these fireworms right back where I found them at the end of this video. Wow, that one is an absolute monster. I'm not even sure it's going to fit in this container. Let's try. All right, well, I think we found today's co-star. It's time to take our worms to the surface and for me to face the flame of the fireworm. Since it's important that I return the worms back to the water as quickly as possible, there was no time to waste. So I ditched my scuba gear and got right to setting up for the sting test. The sting table is set. I'm gonna get out a few things that we're gonna be using for today's experiment with the fireworm. I've got a Petri dish we're gonna place them in, some clear Gorilla Tape. You might be asking, Mark, what are you gonna do with that? You'll see in just a few minutes. I've got some white vinegar. Gonna need that for the afterburn. And then of course, this is for me. Just a little hydration out here on the beach. I never leave home without my Summit Adventure Fuel. Now I'm gonna keep the rest of the worms covered. We don't need all the worms we found. Of course, we found a lot of worms. There were hundreds of fireworms at this site. The last one that we found, I even had a hard time fitting it inside the jar that I took with me. So I think that's the one we're gonna use for the experiment, because I am curious, does size matter when it comes to the sting of a fireworm? I think today we'll find out. Let's get some seawater in our Petri dish. Nice, clean, and cold. Now time to get out the fireworm. Whoa. Oh yeah. All right, here's second worm going in. Get some of these spines out of there. Check that out. So as you can see, these worms are absolutely covered in thousands of these very small but very sharp venomous spines. Now these spines are constantly growing. So you'll see there's some of them floating around, and it really does look like
fiberglass. When you look at it under a microscope, you could see just how sharp the points of the spines really are. So really just even a subtle brush into one of these creatures is gonna land you in a world of pain, right where I'm about to be here in just a few more minutes. But you can also see that red coloration is where they get their name, the fireworm, because they look like they're on fire and they certainly feel like it when they touch your skin. Now, a lot of people do come into contact with these worms, namely scuba divers and snorkelers, but you do need to be careful if you're out here swimming. If you're walking along and you feel rocks below your feet, there's a good chance that could be the home of a fireworm. If you step on one of these, it's gonna light you up. Wow, and there we go. Come in tight, let's see that right there. That, to me, is the most impressive thing about the fireworm, besides what the venom can do, is this amazing flaring defense. They can just splay and spread out all of those spines so they can encase their entire body. All of that middle bit there, it's no different than your average worm. In fact, when I squeeze it with these tweezers, they're super soft, they're squishy. And if they weren't covered in these amazingly painful spikes, they would be easy pickings for anything that lives out there in the ocean. So now you've heard me mention more than a few times that these worms are venomous. So while yes, those spines will jam into your flesh like a cactus, they release a toxin. There's a mucus that these worms are coating those spines in, much like a lionfish or a stonefish. And when that toxin gets into the skin, it's gonna cause instant searing pain. And that pain will continue to cycle through as long as those spines are lodged in my skin. And then after that, I'm gonna inevitably deal with tremendous swelling and probably some scarring. This is one of the stings that it's gonna leave lasting damage. Luckily for me, I get stung a lot in this area for the bite sting index, so it's just gonna be one of many scars. It's time to take a sting from this very bizarre marine creature so I can officially rate it on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. And this is one of the animals that I have been really curious to rate since we invented the Bite Sting Index for Brave Wilderness, where we rate the sting or bite of an animal in 3 different factors: intimidation, pain, and aftermath. And for this worm, the aftermath is what you're definitely going to want to stick around for, because not only will you see just how bad the burn from a fireworm can be, but I'm gonna show you what to do if you are ever stung by one of these venomous creatures. I know how bad this is gonna be. Time to find out. What does the burn of the fireworm do to human flesh? On 3, ready? 1, 2, 3. Come on, I didn't get me good enough. Maybe one more time. Here we go. Puff up. 1, 2, 3. Ah, yeah, that burns. Ah! No! Oh, it's so. Ah! Woo! Oh, do you see all those spines? Oh my gosh! Ah! Ah! Oh, you can already see it's turning red. Oh, I got stung really bad. That's so many spines. Hundreds. I got stung by hundreds. Ah! Oh, it's so bad. Ah! Ah! Okay. Ah! Ah! Oh gosh.
Mark, are you okay?
Oh, it's bad, dude. It's really bad. Hold on. Ah! Ah! Oh! Ah! 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 Oh my gosh, it's so much worse the first time. I've been stung by these before, but never one that big. I have so many spines in my arm right now. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is gonna be my worst sting ever. This is gonna be my worst sting. Ah! Ah! I gotta let it dry. Because once it dries,
I can use this tape to remove the spines. Anything that's like super adhesive. If you don't have duct tape, find something sticky. Just like get that stuff out of there. You need to get those spines out of your skin because right now I can just feel the venom just like lava flowing over top of itself. It's just as bad as a bullet ant. It's just as bad as a bullet ant. It could be worse. Ha! Don't blow on it. Makes it worse. Come on. Dry. All right, I'm gonna walk it off. Hang on, guys. I'm just gonna walk around for a second. Okay, it's dry. All right, I'm taking all I can take. I gotta get these out. All right, piece of tape like that. Any tape will do, but I got this so you can see just how many spines I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna try to do this in one swoop. Here we go. You wanna cover the entire area. Oh, wow. I didn't get a moment to go again, but look at that. Look at how many spines are in there. Come on. Ow! Ah. Okay, holy mackerel. Look at those welts coming in. You see that? Oh my gosh, and they don't even look that bad compared to how it feels. Instantly better as soon as you remove the spines. It really makes a big difference. The next thing you want to do, white vinegar. It's gonna help neutralize the burns. Oh yeah. Whatever toxin is left on top of my skin, this vinegar is going to neutralize it. Heavy duty tape, white vinegar. If you don't have it with you, get it as fast as you can because the faster you can get those spines out of your skin, the sooner you're gonna be on the road to recovery. But I can tell you the road to recovery for this sting is long. And you can see how much the welts are rising. Tomorrow, this is gonna be nasty. Now comes the hard part, the healing process, the aftermath. And the pain score, gonna be high. Intimidation, I'm gonna have to think about that. Aftermath, I'm gonna have a long time to think about that because the aftermath of this worm is gonna last for weeks. But you don't have to wait weeks. Let's get into it right now and officially rate the Fireworm on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. On intimidation, the Fireworm looks intense. The bright red skin combined with thousands of spines remind me of a venomous snake. Plus, having taken a sting before, I know just how easily those spines can get stuck in your skin. And when you see a big one underwater, they are majorly intimidating. So for that, I give it a 7.8 out of 10. For pain, once those spines dug in and started to dose me with venom, the burn was intense. The feeling was similar to being burned and electrocuted over and over again. And unlike my first sting, I got completely nailed this time with at least 5 times the amount of bristles. Needless to say, it hurt badly, and for that, I give it a 9.5 out of 10. The aftermath of the Fireworm is where it scores some serious points. Its burn just kept going and going, day after day and week after week, and the rash would come back with a vengeance, leaving behind these intense itching, pustules, and swelling. Anytime I would get active or start to sweat, the pain would come rushing back, and to this day, there is still some scarring left behind from the burn of this Fireworm. So for this, I give the aftermath score a whopping 9.6 out of 10. All combined, the Fireworm ranks at a 9 on the Brave Wilderness BSI, which is a major score for a majorly painful creature. Whoa, we got a rattlesnake right there. You see it coiled up? Right there. Back up a little bit, guys. That is a Western Diamondback rattlesnake. Now, it is not a big one. This is a juvenile, but it is still capable of inflicting a very serious bite. You can use a snake hook to move snakes out of our way, just like this. Let the snake go, and we keep searching for spiders. Yes. It's a great sign that we're seeing all these venomous creatures out on the hunt. This desert is coming alive.
Put a scorpion right at your foot.
Look at this. Desert hairy scorpion right there. Let's see if I can grab it. Best way to do this is just to grab right at the top knuckle so it can't sting me. Let's see if we can get him to calm down. Stay buddy, stay buddy. Come on. There we go, that's good. Oh. Got him. Oh yeah, he's pinching me. All right, here we go. Let's see, show you what we got here. That is a pretty good size giant desert hairy scorpion, the largest species of scorpion in the United States. Luckily, I've got a good grip on its stinger there, but you can see there's even a little bit of venom starting to come out of the tip of it. If you don't grab these guys correctly, they will give you a pretty good pop. You can see why they call them the desert hairy. Look at all the hairs all over its body. It doesn't get much cooler than these large scorpions. All right, let's put them back and keep looking for those tarantulas. Scorpions and tarantulas are out here hunting the same food. I have a feeling we're closing in on our giant spider. Oh, I got a spider right there. Let's go. All right, got my container. Let's see if we can get a catch. Okay, its hole's right here. I'm going to need to move in carefully. That is a big male. Oh no, I lost it. Hang on. Maybe I can coax it back out. Oh no. Ah, lost it. Wait, hang on. It's still there. I got it back. Snake hook is coming in clutch. Okay, coax it this direction. See it rearing its abdomen up. Okay, oh, just bit the snake hook. Here we go, guys. Got it. Here we go. Woo! Oh, buddy, that is a good one. Big male desert blonde tarantula. After a little bit of searching and a little bit of luck that we brought the snake hook, we got ourselves our tarantula for the bite test. All right, I'll take you back in. Let's go, guys. Yes! As fate would have it, as we were heading back to start setting up for the bite test, we saw an even bigger spider. Oh, another tarantula. This one looks bigger. Oh yeah, okay. Let's try to catch this one too. All right, I don't know how close it is to its hole, but I'm gonna go in for the catch. Here we go. Holy cow, that is a huge freaking spider, guys. Wow. Cha-cha. Ho, 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 ho! Oh, that is the specimen we have been after. That is a truly huge tarantula. I did not expect this. Not one, but two huge desert blonde tarantulas. What we have here are a male and a female. And unfortunately for me, I think this video just turned from a tarantula bite test to a tarantula bite comparison. And I'm sure you are as curious as I am which of these two spiders has the more painful bite. It's time to find out. I am definitely nervous. Oh man. Oh my goodness. Two full-grown desert blonde tarantulas. And the table is now set for the ultimate spider bite test here in the Sonora Desert. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. What I'm about to do is a bad idea. Please do not attempt to recreate what you're about to see in this video. We have two tarantulas here in front of us. We have a male and the female, which we found unexpectedly. I think it is worth doing a bite test comparison to see which bite is more ferocious, because these spiders live very different lives from each other. Females actually live for a lot longer. We're talking 25 years for a female tarantula and only 5 to 10 years for a male. Females tend to bunker down. They stay a lot more localized to their nests, where the males are much more nomadic and predatory. I have a suspicion that we have a very different bite profile to these two spiders, and we are going to put that to the ultimate test. Let's take a closer look at Arizona's largest spider. Ladies first. In order to get some really good footage of the spider, I'm going to move it into this glass dome. And of course, we don't want our spider to get away. All right, delicate little procedure here. Wow. There we go, perfect, perfect, perfect transfer. Oh my goodness. The fangs on these spiders are enormous. It's not just going to be the venom that I'm up against today. We're talking actual puncture wounds from fangs that large. In terms of what they're out here hunting and eating, pretty much anything that they can grapple onto. They are very strong spiders, and of course, possessing those large fangs, they could subdue a variety of prey. Even small lizards would be a good meal for a spider this size. The females tend to be a little bit bigger than the males. They are called a desert blonde tarantula, predominantly because you can see those hairs and just how blonde they are in the middle. But that is a full-grown desert blonde tarantula. The best way to probably go about doing this is for me to grab it by its carapace, the top of the head of the spider, and I'm gonna try to pin it, grab it, and then I'll be able to show you the fangs and of course, inflict the bite right here on my thumb. All right, brought a couple things with me today. I have a large pair of tweezers. Of course, we always bring first aid kit. The thing I need the most is the EpiPen. The worst outcome that can happen besides the pain that I'm about to experience is an allergic reaction. I think it's time to take the first of 2 bites from a tarantula. Okay, here we go. Now the females are known for being a little more docile than the males. Beyond, well, easy girl, easy girl. Back. So you see how it's rearing its abdomen up right there? Beyond their capability to inflict bites, they also possess another defense mechanism, which is to flick the hairs off their abdomen. Females are rumored to be less aggressive, but this one looks ready to bite. And what I'm trying to do right now is to get a good hold on the carapace. This is the safest way for me to hold it for both me and the tarantula. There we go. Oh, geez. Okay, that made my heart jump. Okay. The spider just wants to come right at me. Oh my gosh. Did you hear that? That is the sound of spider fangs scraping the table. Okay. Look at the size of those fangs. And their fangs are retractable, just like a snake. And they are thick. We're talking some very large fangs. Those are going to pop holes in my skin for sure. Gotta get up a lot of nerve to do this. Okay, I've got a good grip on the spider. I'm gonna go for it. On 3. I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to take a bite from Arizona's largest spider, the desert blonde tarantula. On 3. 1. I'm so nervous. 2. 3. Spider's fangs are on my skin. Ah! Yep, got me. You can see there's a little blood right there. Only popped 1 fang through. I think I gotta take a better bite, guys. It wasn't a good enough bite. All right, I'm gonna do 1 more. Ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Yeah, that time it got me. That time it got me good. Oh my God. That freaked me out. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hang on, let me get the spider back. Get back in there, girl. Get back in there. Yeah, see right there. See that? Definitely burns. Oh my gosh, my adrenaline is like firing right now, guys. I feel like my soul just jumped out of my body. That is the most freaked out I've been around an animal. And it definitely burns. Oh man. My neck, okay? Yeah. My neck is like seized up. It's like I've got a cramp right here. I don't know if it's from the bite or if it's from just the nerves and the tension. Oh my gosh. I think it's nerves. I don't think it's from the venom. Definitely burns. It's definitely a burning sensation. I had to really try hard to get that spider to bite me. I want to point that out, that this spider did not want to bite, but that was not an aggression bite, for sure. Okay, I think I'm good enough to do another bite. I think it's time to bring in the second tarantula and see if the male can inflict a more aggressive bite wound, which I have a feeling that's gonna happen. Males are known to be more aggressive, and that's why I wanted to do a bite test here. Much darker in coloration than the female too. Not looking forward to this. And my hand still burns from that first bite. Okay, come here. Come here, you. Come here, you. Okay. Got a pin. Oh my gosh. Way stronger. Way stronger. Way more aggressive. Look at it attacking. Got it. Oh boy, that was tough. Okay. There you have it. The male desert blonde tarantula. Here are the fangs. You can see just as terrifying as the female spider. You can see there's even venom on these. Okay, on 3. I'm about to take my second bite, this time from a male and much more aggressive desert blonde tarantula. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Just waiting for the bite to come. You see, he does not want to bite me.
It's not as angry as the female.
No. Big reaction is that these animals do not want to bite me. So while we've given this spider plenty of opportunity to inflict a bite, you can see it really has no intent to do me any harm. And frankly, it should be a lot more afraid of me than I am of it. So I hope after watching this video, we all have learned some important lessons about Arizona's largest spider. Even though these spiders are large and admittedly pretty creepy, we really have no reason to fear them. And honestly, their venom isn't that strong because spiders this large tend to use their strength to overtake their prey. They don't want to bite you, and even if they do, it's really not that bad. All right, let's let our spiders back off into the desert. I have about a 50-50 chance of taking a sting with a flying bullet ant. On 3. 1, 2, 3. There's something in my...
A part of this video is sponsored by Dr. Squatch.
All right, last night, something completely unexpected happened. Right now, we're in Costa Rica filming the bullet ant sting versus the leafcutter ant bite showdown, which, by the way, ouch, it hasn't even been 24 hours since I endured the carnage that was 60 seconds of being stung by a bullet ant. I mean, I got annihilated. I am still in excruciating pain right now, but here at our lodge, we saw something that we didn't even think existed. Let me ask you a question. What is worse than a bullet ant with one of the most painful stings in the world? The answer? A bullet ant that can fly. That's right, bullet ants have wings.
Mark, come here.
What is it?
Dude, there's a bug on the wall here. It looks like a bullet ant, but
You got a light?
it has wings on it.
You shine your light like right on it? What?
Dude, that is a bullet ant with wings.
It has wings.
No way.
Let me get a net. Let's see if I can. Got it.
Got it. There it is. Yeah, it's in the net.
Oh, it's getting away. It's getting away. It's getting away. Ah!
We go.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, hang on. Holy cow. No way.
Did you know they could fly?
I didn't know they could have wings at all. Let's get a closer look at it. Ah.
In all of our adventures into the rainforest, we have never seen anything like this. The Brave Wilderness channel has a long and painful history with the bullet ant, because these ants possess one of the most painful stings on the entire planet. And that's not just of all ants, of all insects. From a single jab to a full minute of being pumped with their legendary venom, we've experienced firsthand just how excruciating their sting can be. However, these insects won't sting unless provoked, and we've learned that from sticking our hand into a box full of them. As it turns out, they only sting to protect themselves and their underground colony from danger. But until this particular adventure, we had no idea that bullet ants could take to the sky.
But now let's get to the question that I know you're all wondering. Sure, bullet ants have wings, but can they sting? Can a winged bullet ant sting with the power and might of the bullet ant that we all know so well? Well, that's what we're here today to find out. I am prepared to take yet another sting test to see if the winged bullet ant is something that we all need to be concerned of. But before we do that, let's take a side-by-side comparison of both of these ants. Colorations, proportions, they look nearly identical. I mean, maybe, and just maybe, the winged bullet ant is a little bit bigger. But outside of that, the only major difference that I can see is just behind the head. On the wingless bullet ant, you've got a couple of spikes, a couple of nodules right behind the head on that middle part. On the winged bullet ant, you have more of a hunch or a hump. I'm guessing that's where all the wing mechanics are contained that enable this ant to fly. But before we get to the sting, let's discuss why ants have wings in the first place. In order for ants to start a new colony, like bees, they have to swarm. This occurs when colonies start to produce offspring that have wings, which of course can be either male or female, with the females being future queens. When a future queen flies away from the colony, she's in search of a winged male from another, and hope that they can join forces in starting the next generation of bullet ants. After they mate, the male unfortunately dies, while the female sheds her wings and searches on the ground for a good spot to start her new brood. Once she starts her nest, her stinger actually turns into an ovipositor, which she uses to lay eggs. She then exclusively produces female worker ants until the colony grows large enough to need to expand again. It's these workers who are tasked with the digging of tunnels, caring for young, and defending the colony with their legendary sting. All this to say, it's only the female ants that have stingers. With that being said, I have about a 50-50 chance of actually taking another sting in this video. It's time to get down to business. It's time to find out if this flying bullet ant can sting. Here we go. Let's see if we can grab hold without it flying away. I know I say this all the time with ants, but it's unbelievable how strong they are. Oh, no, don't fly. Oh no, angry. This bullet ant does not want to be in these forceps. Okay, I got a good hold. All right, here we go. Oh, I was afraid we're gonna lose our flying bullet ant. They have wings for a reason. Got that shot?
Got it.
All right, here we go. I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with a flying bullet ant. On 3. 1, 2, 3. I can't feel it. There's something in my oh yeah, stinger's in. Yep, it's a queen. Oh, do you see the stinger in there? Definitely a queen. Got a young queen. Definitely not a male.
What's that feel like?
Burns. All right. Definitely not doing it for 60 seconds again. Yeah. Whew, man. Whew.
You all right, Mark?
Yeah. Huh. I tell you what, that burns, but not as bad, oddly enough. Definitely not as bad as yesterday. Let me put her back in the container. Thank you. Oh, man. Definitely a female, for sure. You could see there's already raised. I could feel the burning. There's already some raised, but not as bad. There's some marks there, but gonna have to give it a little bit to see if the venom really kicks in. I mean, clearly that's what the bullet ant looked like from yesterday. That is just over 24 hours. You can see just how swollen my arm is from yesterday, and it's hot and tight. It's almost like swelling up like a hot dog about to explode. But yeah, you can see right there, you see that? We definitely have some sting marks, but a much more mild venom, like significantly less painful. I wouldn't recommend doing it. Don't get me wrong, this isn't good, it's not enjoyable, but it is certainly not as painful as the bullet ant we all know. So I have to wonder, why would the flying bullet ant sting be less potent than that of a wingless bullet ant?
And if I had to guess, it's because this is a young queen. They're both females, but this young queen is destined to eventually lay eggs, meaning that stinger is meant to actually evolve into a device to reproduce and create the next bullet ants, where this bullet ant is only meant to defend. That means that stinger needs to inflict as much pain as possible.
See anything, Mark? Scanning. Oh, there's an octopus right there. You see that?
Oh, where is it?
Right there, next to that white rock. Big one, big one. Do you see that? How do we get down? We can get down over here. Let's go. Come on, guys. Huge octopus. All right, definitely gonna need a net. Let's approach slow so we don't spook it. How are we getting down? We have to go this way. Here we go.
Careful, Mark. These rocks are super sharp.
Careful, guys. Careful with the cameras. Oh my gosh, I hope it's still there. Here, there's a way down right here. Through here. There's a way around. This way, guys. This way. We're gonna get a little wet. It's right around this corner. We gotta cross. Oh. I just saw a really big octopus hunting in this tide pool. Hey, Andrew, here. Hold my GoPro. I'm gonna have to get in. We need both hands. Here we go, guys. It's right around here. It's right here. It's right here. There he is. Huge octopus. Huge. Holy cow. Huge. Wow. Oh my gosh. Holy sh**. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Look at the size of this octopus. All right, let's get back to shore. Oh my goodness. That is the biggest octopus I have ever seen. Wow. All right, let's move back where he can. He's sucking all over me. Huge. Huge octopus. Wow. All right, let's move up. Let's move up. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe how big this octopus is, guys. This is unbelievable. Here, I'm gonna set it down gently here. Keep an eye on that octopus. They can move on land. I haven't had to get gloves on. Octopus have beaks that not only are sharp, but they have venom.
Oh, Mark, be quick. He's getting away.
All right, I'm getting him. I got him. Okay. Holy cow, guys. I'm gonna get it hydrated. I got to put gloves on because I don't want to take a bite from that. See that beak right down there? Now, this isn't the only venomous octopus that we could run into out here in the tide pools of Australia. There are also blue ring octopus out here, and a single bite from one of those, that could be fatal. Wow, it is so strong. It just grips to the rocks. Just being really gentle right now. Don't want to hurt the octopus. Look at that, cephalopod. This is a star octopus, which is actually a new species. It used to be considered a common octopus, but it has just officially been named. I cannot believe we caught this one on camera. They're venomous and lethal to humans, but taking a bite from a beak of a creature this size, that would put me in a world of hurt. This is one of the Mac Daddy finds that you could ever come across here in the tide pool. And I cannot believe this. This is the best octopus catch I've ever had. I'm so pumped, and we weren't even out today really filming. We were scouting this location, and we looked down off the cliff, and boom, we saw this octopus hunting in these shallow rock pools. Luckily, we brought our cameras with us. Oh my gosh, that is so awesome. Andrew, reach out and touch the octopus. What does it feel like?
It's so soft.
Whoa, did you see it just change color?
Whoa.
They are incredibly adaptable creatures. You can really see it changing color when I hold it here in the water. It changes from light color to dark color, and that's because it's trying to blend in with its surroundings and confuse me while I'm holding it. It has the ability to not only change its color, but also change its shape. What's it feel like, Mark? It is unbelievably gummy feeling. Definitely a little bit slimy. Those suckers are so sticky when they grab on, and it has the ability to like let go like that. I'm not dropping the octopus, it's dropping itself. Octopus are also very intelligent, and it's going to try a bunch of different tactics out here to escape, including becoming slippery and blob-like, almost like turning itself into a ball of jello, which is gonna make it much harder for a predator to hold on to. I'm just trying to give it support, and they can be out of water. They have the ability to walk on land, move from tide pool to tide pool, and we caught this one out hunting for crabs. Related, of course, to the snail, but looks nothing like the snails I'm used to seeing. Look at how well this octopus is keeping its shape too. Oh, and those suction cups. The suction that it has with its arms is really hard to believe. This cephalopod is so incredibly strong. Look at that octopus, one of the most bizarre life forms on the planet. Also, one of the most intelligent creatures. In scientific experiments, they've actually been known to solve mazes, and they are master escape artists. Look at that. Look at those eyes. Oh, what an alien. Cephalopods have complex eyes, and there's so much that we don't know about these creatures. One of my favorite movies lately has been The Octopus Teacher, and seeing this octopus just is like taking me back to that film and just how intelligent these creatures are. So we want to be extremely gentle. We have no idea what's happening right now in this octopus's life. What we do know is that it is not breeding, because a female that just recently laid eggs would never leave them behind. So because this one was out hunting, we know this octopus has not yet bred. And look at that. Are you able to get a shot of those suckers? Look at those. And it has the ability to just grip on. Like if I hold it right here on my arm, it'll sense the ability to grip. I can feel it like tense up when it wants to move. And then like in a second, it'll just go limp and slip away. I'm doing everything I can right now to be gentle and give this octopus support so you can see it.
Unfortunately, a lot of octopus that are caught here in Australia are actually harvested for food. But rest assured, this octopus is going right back where we found it.
Okay guys, even with gloves on, I'm trying not to take a bite from this octopus. They can pierce skin and gloves, but they are venomous. Look at that, it's undoing my watch. These creatures are so intelligent. Wow, look at that, look how strong it is. It's able to support all of its weight, just gripping onto my watch and my wrist. I'm trying to give it support, but I also don't want to take a bite. Where's that mouth? Okay, and it can be out of the water for periods of time. I have continued to dunk the octopus. Oh my gosh, it's really on me. Hang on guys, I gotta adjust.
His beak's really close to your wrist.
Yeah, it's very close. It's really trying to get me. Look at that, it's got my watch. And then I'm supporting the weight of its body so we don't just leave it hanging. But this octopus is so incredibly strong. Like it's almost like a constrictor. I'm trying to like get it off of me. Ah, oh, come on buddy, come on. Come on. Oh my gosh, it's really on me guys, hang on. Do you hear that? Hear that suction popping? Ah, and it does kind of hurt. I won't lie, an octopus this size, those suckers on my skin, look at that. That does not feel good. Those suckers are really into me. You can see where they're like leaving behind suction marks. Wow, holy smokes. Okay, I gotta get it away from my wrist. That's making me nervous. All right, hang on guys. Let me get these off. Oh, one by one. Come on, buddy, come on. Come on, let go, let go. Come on. It is so strong, I'm trying to, oh, took my watch off, look at that. You wonder if octopuses are smart or not? This one literally just unlatched my watch. I'm not kidding, but look how powerful those suckers are. I am in awe of this creature. Not only are they incredibly intelligent, but they are lethal predators. And for anybody who thinks an octopus isn't very strong, look at my wrist. Just sucking onto my wrist right there with its suction cups on its arms. Look at that, I'm gonna have like raspberries for a while. But totally worth it to get hands on. But you wanna talk about the grand prize of any tide pool expedition? How about finding a giant octopus? Wow!
All right, let's put it back. If you see an octopus in a tide pool, especially one this big, do not attempt to pick it up. They are capable of giving a very strong bite, and all octopus are venomous.
Let's go diving. Diver heading down. Today we are searching for the mysterious limbe sea dragon, easily the smallest dragon on planet Earth. This creature is so hard to find that it remained undetected until 2006 when it was first discovered. Information about it is still extremely limited, as they are notoriously difficult to find due to their size and the fact that they are fast swimmers. Our goals for today are to locate one, capture it on video, and of course observe it and learn more about the behaviors of this bizarre animal. We are diving in a very unique place in the world called the Limbe Strait, which is right in the middle of the Coral Triangle of Indonesia. The type of dive we are on is called a muck dive. This is because we will need to search through loose sediment on the seafloor, or the muck, which is the correct environment to find the limbe sea dragon. as they are often sighted around the slime and algae that they resemble. So we'll start looking by scanning the seafloor for areas that have good hiding spots for the sea dragons to blend in. Our air supply is limited to 50 minutes. Let's get searching. Only found in Limbe, this sea dragon is almost impossible to spot with the naked eye. So I brought with me a specialty lens for my camera that can magnify areas that we want to inspect closely. And there you have it, first spot of the day. That is a ghost pipefish, which are related to the Limbe sea dragon. These fish are also masters of camouflage, but since the creature we are searching for is so small, this one stood right out while scanning with our camera. It appears to be a delicate ghost pipefish, and the way I can tell that is by those weedy looking appendages underneath its snout and the lack of hair on the rest of its body. What a cool creature. You can almost see right through it, but look at all those vivid colorations, including those super vibrant eyes. Okay, let's keep searching. We have about 60% of the tank left. So far, no signs of the Limbe sea dragon, but seeing that ghost pipefish tells me we're on the right track. We're down here today with some local divers that know this area well and have seen the Limbe sea dragon before. These rocky outcrops are perfect environments for them. They like to tuck into the crevices, and they also have the right kind of algae that they blend into. Okay, I'm getting the signal. There's something over there. This could be it. Alright, this is the right kind of algae. Let's scan this area well with our camera, and hopefully we can find one. I'm also going to need to use some attachments to steady the camera. We are so zoomed in that we have to keep the rig absolutely still. This is the main reason you've likely never seen this animal before. Finding them is a challenge. Filming them is a whole different ballgame that requires specialty equipment. Luckily, today we have the correct setup. Oh my goodness, there it is. The Limbe sea dragon. What a majestic and tiny little creature. Let's try to adjust the camera to get a good look at its face. As you can see, it's moving relatively fast for its size. We're going to have to try to track it until it stops again. This one seems to be on its own, but from what I've read, they usually live in pairs, sometimes up to 10 pairs in one area. So there's a good chance there's more close by. There we go. Now we're still. Despite having the name dragon, these are not that closely related to the Australian sea dragons that people are more familiar with. They are actually more closely related to the pipefish and seahorses that live in this area. So technically, these sea dragons are actually what's known as a pipe dragon. Wow, check that out. Those tiny bright red appendages are really interesting. They almost look like venomous spines or stingers. But I'm certain they can't do me any harm. Those are likely just for appearance to ward off predators. Oh nice, check that out, there's another one. They almost look exactly the same, but this one might be a touch bigger. It's really hard to show the scale on camera, but I cannot stress enough just how tiny this dragon really is. It's also extremely thin. It's only about 1/8 of an inch wide and just under 1 inch in length. It's almost the size of an algae-like eyelash, and it's super hard to keep the camera focused on it, since every small shift I make moves it out of view. Okay, it's moving again. It's so cool how it just drifts through the water. And it uses its fins, you can see right there on the back, to swim right along. But it really looks like a piece of algae. And then when it gets close enough, it can use its long tail to grab on and anchor to the next object. I've actually heard stories of people not realizing they've seen one until they review their photos after the dive, when they thought they were filming other animals only to be photobombed by the Limbe sea dragon. But I have to say, as far as a photobomb goes, the Limbe sea dragon is one I would welcome any day of the week. And there it goes. What an incredible creature and rare opportunity to see the Limbay sea dragon of Indonesia.
This is crazy. I'm using a drone to try to catch one of the most painful stinging insects on the planet. That's a warrior wasp nest. I have no idea whether or not this is going to work. Oh my gosh, I think we got one. Land, 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 land. Oh my gosh. I am going to finally take a sting from a warrior wasp, one of the most painful insect stings on the planet. Now, I really want to put this animal on the bite sting index, but the only problem is I've been searching for warrior wasps for days, and the only nest I've been able to find is all the way at the top of that tree. So if we're gonna catch a warrior wasp, it's gonna be a real challenge. We're not giving up. Let's see if we can get down to the base of the tree to see, one, if it's climbable at all. Two, if we can maybe makeshift an extra long bug net. This is an extended pole. Here, check this out. Look how long this gets.
Whoa, it just keeps going.
Yeah, I think it's fully extended. All right, yeah, see if we can attach this simple bug net to the end of this pole. Maybe I can climb up high enough is my thought, and I can swoop it down. This nest is easily 30 feet off the ground. I think I see it. Let's get under here and check it out. No, this is not looking good. That nest is 40, 50 feet up.
Well, maybe we could just fly up there.
Fly up there. Huh. Fly up there. How much do you think that weighs?
Well, that's really light. It's only a few grams.
It's light, right?
Really light.
Okay. I think I have a crazy idea. Let's get back up so we can get advantage of the nest. I've got a new plan. Let's go. All right. I think this could work. My thinking is because there is nothing in front of the nest and there's enough space there, I might be able to attach this net to a drone, and maybe with enough attempts, we catch one in the net. But let's get the drone out, man. This is it. We're gonna give it a shot. All right, get a little warm. Sun's coming out. Take that jacket off. Got some tape, set of pliers, got our net, a little bit of very thin twine, but very strong. And then of course we got an older drone. Yes, this drone has already seen a couple of bumps and bruises. With this net to essentially trail behind the drone like this. Okay, first things first, let's get a piece of string long enough. Got it. That is some strong string. Okay, I think something just like that. That's gonna do it. That's where we want it. Right in the center, right there. Okay. Now here's the thing, you only have one net. Gotta make sure it's really on there. Not to mention it's gonna have to stay in place. And no, in case you're wondering, I've never attempted anything like this before. This is a first. That's done, okay. Let's see how this looks. So this is the idea. And you guys are gonna let me know if you see any warrior wasps in the net, because as soon as we have a few, or at least one in the net, I'm gonna zing it back down, hit the deck as soon as we can. Hopefully it lands just like that, and then come up warrior wasp ready for a sting test. That's the plan anyway. I have no idea whether or not this is actually going to work. Let's give it a shot.
This might just work, Mark.
If this works, this will be the first time anyone has ever caught a warrior wasp with a drone. Here goes nothing. I'm just gonna record. All right, here we go. All right, fingers crossed. Clear? All right. That's a good sign. Here we go. What we're trying to do is unprecedented. Let me just go up high. I want to see if this I mean, I think that works, guys.
It's working pretty
really
good.
Well, I'm impressed.
Ooh. That was bad. You got to go slow. So speed is not Speed is not good.
Slow and steady.
There's no real prize for being fast here. This is surgical. It's like playing a game of Operation. Oh man, this is cool. All right, I've got eyes on the warrior wasp nest. Looks like the clearest path is like right here. You guys tell me if you see me hitting anything with the net.
Okay, we got our eyes on it.
Okay, I'm going in. First pass. There it is. Okay. All right, definitely, I could see a warrior wasp on the nest. I have not gotten a swarm yet. All right, they're starting to come out. I gotta turn on sport mode. There it goes. Now they, okay. I didn't want to do that until I got close enough. I am right there, guys. They're not swarming. That net's right there though.
If you could somehow get that net to swing, I think one will get inside.
Like rock it back and forth. It's right there at the entrance, isn't it? Danger zone. All right, I'm gonna see if we got anything. Okay.
Okay.
Coming out. All right. Dropping the net. All right, nothing. All right, should we go back in for another pass?
Right next to you.
Where?
Right there.
Holy cow, that is a warrior wasp. Let's see if I can go catch it.
Okay.
No, it evaded me. Oh man, that was definitely one. Good eye, whoever saw that. I feel like this is meant to be, guys. I feel like we can do this. Gosh, it's like I'm getting excited about getting stung.
Now, on the subject of pain, getting stung, ouch. It definitely hurts, but sometimes it's the pain that we can't see that hurts the most. And that's where BetterHelp, the sponsor of this video, can make a huge difference. At times the world can be overwhelming, and let's face it, the pace of life is speeding up, which means more multitasking, more challenges, and more chances to get stung by all kinds of emotions in the process. Now with BetterHelp, you don't need to deal with everything on your own because they've made it easier to access a therapist when life gets busy. It brings peace of mind knowing that there's easy access to mental health resources even when you're on an adventure. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist that's trained to listen and give you helpful, unbiased advice. Typically, you can get matched with a therapist within 48 hours, so you can get started fast. And on top of that, BetterHelp can connect you with a therapist all from the comfort of your own home. You can use a phone or a computer to talk via call, video chat, or messaging, whichever way is most comfortable. It's the easiest possible way to start talking to a therapist. So visit betterhelp.com/Brave Wilderness or use Brave Wilderness at sign up for a very special discount on your first month. All right, now back to the warrior wasp.
All right, here we go. Let's try going for another swing. Really want to get on this side. That's the clearest angle. Really don't want to be in sport mode until I get close. This is actually like pretty nice to have this obstacle avoidance right now. Keeps me like off of the tree. So I can just get in there and then I can go manual. All right, going manual. Now I'm seeing, oh yeah. There's a lot more warrior wasps hanging out on that nest right now. Oh, I see a swarm. One just flew. Okay, they're starting to come investigate the drone, and that is exactly what we want to happen. Come on, just one. Just need one. I'm gonna try to raise the net up, point the camera down, because that's about where the net should be. Oh yeah, I saw another one fly. This is good. Damn, the net is swinging the wrong way. Oh, it's right there. It's right there. There's definitely more. See that?
Oh my gosh.
Oh no. Oh no. Gotta get a wasp right now, or it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna try to swing the net around a few more times, but we're almost out of battery. If you can't already tell from all the beeping. Jeez. That's it, I've gotta bring it back. Maybe we got one, you never know. Just need one. Guys, I think there's something in there. I see something in there. There's definitely something in there. Watch out, watch out. Where's the other net? It's still there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I think we got one. I think we got it. Land, 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 land. Yes! Is that? Oh my gosh, we got one! Woo! Oh my goodness. Hang on. Yes, that is a warrior wasp. Oh my gosh. Yes! Yes, all right, hang on, let me get it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, hang on. Let me get in the jar. Let me get in the jar. Come on. Come here, don't you go anywhere. Oh man, all right. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, get in there. Get in there, get in there. Oh, guys, it worked. Yeah, baby. Mwah. Yes, that might be the most amazing catch I have ever had in my whole career. Holy cow. Yes, all right. Oh my gosh, guys, high five. Holy cow. Yes. Yes. I cannot believe that we actually pulled that off. That's the world's first ever catch of any insect that's to my knowledge with a drone. This warrior wasp is like, what the heck just happened? Oh my goodness. Now it's time for me to take a sting and officially rate the warrior wasp on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. Let's set up the table, get this over with. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe that we actually pulled that off. We have set up the warrior wasp to enter the Bite Sting Index rankings on Brave Wilderness. Holy cow, I cannot believe it. All right, let's get some supplies out. We don't need this net anymore. I'm gonna keep that on standby though, just in case our wasp decides to make a run for it. Here we go, a few supplies that I need. Got my forceps, there we go. Can't do a sting test without an EpiPen. So just got a new epinephrine pen, and I got an arm. I got this arm. I'm gonna do this arm. I took a sting on this arm yesterday, so we're gonna use a blank canvas for this warrior wasp. This is one of the most infamous stings in the world. This is going to be a first time for me, and you can see right here, look at this. This warrior wasp is getting ready. It's staring me down right now. And these are notorious for being some of the most aggressive wasps. They will defend their nest with their lives, just like a swarm of bees. These wasps will swarm any would-be predator. In fact, they give a warning sign where they beat their wings together, and it can actually create the sound of drums. They're called the drumming wasp as another name. But this wasp, we know all too well as the warrior wasp. Ready to go, ready for battle. And I think that it's ready to enter the Bite Sting Index officially. So we have come up with a brand new sting index that we're going to rank all the world's worst venomous bites and stings on. And instead of coming up with just a pain factor, I have taken so many stings that I could tell you that it's not just the sting that you need to take into consideration. We are ranking this on 3 main factors. We have intimidation, pain, aftermath, all rated from 1 to 10, and then we add them all up and take an average to give the insect or arachnid the official Bite Sting Index for Brave Wilderness. Now, the warrior wasp is intimidating. It is all black, it has an iridescent shine, very menacing mandibles, and almost a fighter jet type appearance. When it flies through the air, you can actually see its abdomen sticking up in the air. It's almost like a harrier flying in to feast or defend. And that is why these insects possess such a painful sting. They are famous for their aggression to protect their nest. So when it comes to intimidation factor, I'd say it's pretty tough to get a taller rating on intimidation. As far as pain, I've never taken a sting, so I'm gonna give it a fair and honest assessment as to how bad the sting actually feels. And then of course, the aftermath. The aftermath of the sting is, I think, the most unique part of the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index, because it's often not the initial pain that really gets you. It's the days of healing from the damage. And then we will give you an instant score right after the sting. Can I please have the butterfly net? Thank you, Andrew. We are not taking any chances. I think you know full well just how unbelievable it was that we were able to get one warrior wasp. If this wasp gets away, that's all she wrote. We won't have a video. So I'm going to use this butterfly net as a bit of a safety net to make sure we get the warrior wasp in a good hold. Okay, and then you're not gonna take much time, guys. These warrior wasps are very strong for their size and they can easily get away. So I'm gonna like get it in the forceps. I'm gonna put out this arm and we're gonna take the sting. Camera's rolling, camera's ready.
We're rolling.
This is a one and done. Here we go. Man, I'm getting nervous now. It's like hitting me. Like right now when I'm getting the insect into the forceps, my brain knows that it's about to be sting zone time and I'm about to enter a world of pain. Okay, let's see if I can get a grip in here. Give it one chance, it will fly away without hesitation. Okay. Okay, I don't have a good hold. Can you come and open this, Andrew? Open the bag. I have an idea of how I can do this. There's another set of forceps at the top of this. Thank you. Okay. I feel like it's like a game of Operation. Now she's biting these forceps. Let go. Got the hold. This wasp is so impressive, so aggressive looking. Look at those mandibles. Those are some jaws. I have a feeling this isn't just gonna be a sting test. I'm gonna get chomped in the process, so we're gonna factor that into the score. Look at those wings go. I can feel the air coming off of them. This is a very strong wasp. It's gonna score some major points in the intimidation factor. Here we go, transferring. All right, it's officially time to put the warrior wasp on the Brave Wilderness BSI, the Bite Sting Index. I'm gonna get stung right there. Oh my gosh, yeah, this is gonna happen right away. Are you guys ready? 1, 2, 3. It's stinging me, you see that? Wow. Ooh, stinger's in, it's pumping me. I'm getting bit. Let go. It's not gonna let go. It stung me again. I can't get him off. Ow. Dang. Oh, hang on, guys. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe how bad the bite was. All right, I think we've seen enough. I can tell you what, that is a serious sting, but man, that bite was for real. I'm gonna have to factor that in for sure to the pain score. I did not expect that. Holy cow. The warrior wasp, this insect means business. I'm gonna get through the aftermath, but you get to jump ahead. Let's give the warrior wasp an official ranking on the Bite Sting Index. Here it goes. On intimidation, the warrior wasp looks downright menacing. Its impressive size and appearance screams, "Don't mess with me, I pack a punch." Plus, knowing that this is ranked as one of the 4 worst insect stings on the planet, similar to the likes of the bullet ant and tarantula hawk, definitely made me nervous to take this sting. So for that, I give it a 7 out of 10. For pain, the sting lives up to the hype, which delivered immediate burning pain right through my arm. On top of that, it also packed a nasty bite, which was much worse than I expected, adding to the intensity of the pain that I felt. So for all that combined, I give it a 7.9 out of 10. For aftermath, the warrior wasp left me with major swelling and redness for multiple days, and was very tender to the touch. Now while it was painful, it still fell short of the bone-crushing aftermath from the bullet ant. So for that, I only give it a 7.5 out of 10. All combined, the warrior wasp ranks at a 7.5 out of 10 on the Brave Wilderness BSI, which places it in some seriously painful company, at least for now.